Quiet down with my painstakingly handcrafted lunch! Welcome to the Fortress of Dorkness, the nerdy nexus for all your geeky needs. I'm your host, Dionysus Villarreal. Well, it looks like Zeusy is on the loosey. We're going to climb Mount Olympus and overcome the odds in Walt Disney's 35th animated film, Hercules. This movie has way too many references to classic myths and legends, so we're only covering a few that we thought were pretty neat. So let's come in swinging. The boring narrator.
And the greatest and strongest of all these heroes was the mighty Hercules. But what is the measure of a true hero? Now, that is what our story is.
Will you listen to him?
The narrator so rudely interrupted and accosted in the opening of the film is none other than legendary actor Charlton Heston. Heston was famous for starring in such historical epics as Ben-Hur and the Ten Commandments. I guess he was busy, so let's just...
Who are you to make their lives bitter in hard bondage?
Yes, thank you. What's in a name? Though most of the gods and references in the movie are derived from the Greek interpretation of the mythology, the film is titled Hercules, which is the Roman name for the Greek hero Heracles. Ancient Greek and Roman mythology are similar to the point that they seem the same, but there are in fact differences between the two. Hercules' secret origins. Okay, so this is a little more complicated than it seems. Although this flick portrays Hades as a villain and showcases the gods as a fairly chipper bunch, the actual legend of Heracles is a little darker in nature. For one, Hera isn't even his real mother. In fact, she's the one trying to kill him in the original legend. Zeus just couldn't keep it in his pants, so Herc's actual mother is a mortal woman. Other changes include shifting the time frame so that Hercules was born after the Trojan War, Hercules being born immortal and then becoming mortal instead of the other way around. The gods in general were much crueler in legend. In fact, Hades was probably one of the nicer ones. So where do these changes come from? Keep peeping, we're getting there. So next up we have... Wait, back up a minute. Director's cameo. In an animated film? Yep, it's possible. Early in the film, Ron Clements and John Musker can be seen animated as two builders who have an unfortunate run-in with our hero. When you wish upon a star. Haha, fooled you. We're not talking about that infamous Pinocchio song. During Herc's epic Michael Bolton-less rendition of Go the Distance, we see a shooting star fly across the screen. A shooting star is a trademark of director Steven Spielberg and can be seen in many of his earlier films. Just a myth. The movie is an unfiltered catacomb of myths and legends, including but not limited to Achilles.
Now there was a guy who had it all. The build, the foot speed, he could jam, he could take a hit, he could keep on coming. But that flush slug in the heel is...
Jason and the Argonauts.
Watch it! That was part of the Master of the Argo.
The Argo?
Good.
Theseus. Musa.
What?
Oedipus. Yikes. Pandora's Box and the Trojan Horse. Mentor. Phil is a unique take on mythology's wise old man who helps our hero on his journey, but that doesn't mean he isn't just like the others. Check out these two shots, which are references to the training sequence from The Karate Kid. Another example is this reference to Mick from Rocky when he shouts out,
Come on, kid, come on, fight back. Come on, you can take this bum. This guy's a pushover, look at him.
IXII. Here's a quickie. One of the kids screams out,
Somebody call IXII!
a joke referencing the Roman numerals for the American Emergency Hotline 911. The king is dead! Probably one of the better known references in the film. The dead carcass that Herc wears and later Phil wipes his noggin with is none other than the Lion King villain, Scar. I guess Zazu's wish came true.
What am I going to do with him?
He'd make a very handsome throw rug.
Zazu.
Where is Thor? The Titans are an important part of Greek and Roman mythology. Too bad those guys aren't in this movie. The Titans in this film are more in line with the beings from Norse mythology. I guess since they ripped Hercules from the Romans, why not rip from the Norse too? You know, like they say, when in Rome.
We know!
I know! You know, I know, I got it. I got the concept.
Superman again. again. If you haven't guessed by now, this movie is one big homage to the Superman legend, specifically the Richard Donner 1978 masterpiece about the Man of Steel.
You don't believe me?
Well, I'll prove it, kiddies. Hercules is ejected from his real home. He is adopted by two farmers who want a child. In his teens, he is troubled about where he came from, and he travels to a temple where he meets his real father, who tells him to become a true hero. Plus, the use of lines like Meg, who has a Lois Lane personality, calling him a farm boy, and a skeptical civilian, asking him if he's ever reversed a natural disaster. Do you believe me now, kiddies? Okay, yes, this has basis in a lot of legends. The hero's journey... Excuse me, but some of these are meant to directly reference the super flick, which, well, this story is about a Superman. At least it's not Wonder Man. Smoochies. Not really a reference, but this film has a lot of smooching. I'll just let this B-roll speak for itself. Those are our picks. If you want to know more about real Greek and Roman mythology, we recommend you visit the Kansas City Library and check out Bull Finch's or Edith Hamilton's mythology. We hear there's someone there who can help you out.
Les poissons, les poissons. With a cleaver, I hack them in two. I pull out what's inside and I serve because I've got I love little fishes, don't you?
That's all we have for today. Leave your pain and panicked probing and mount comments below. Please like, subscribe, and follow us on our social media for more Narcissus smooching. This has been Hidden Treasures on the Fortress of Dorkness. I'm Christian Villarreal, and always remember, never fear the dork up here.